Hey, welcome back, rankers. Do you remember the project we did last week? We had a look at this YV project. Now, you may remember, you can go back and have a look at the video. Last week, we did this site colon search and we had nothing in here. Now, the full site is indexed because Yvonne went and did basically what we said to do, and everything's indexed now. Looking at a keyword for Yarra Valley projects, still not on page 1, but we haven't got places set up last week. Incidentally, that was the thing I didn't mention in the video last week, but obviously one of the first backlinks you should go and get is from Google Places, Google My Business. This week, I want to talk to you about getting more international traffic. How do you do that? And the reason I'm going to do that this week is because we've got a question from Book It Live. If you haven't used Book It Live, it's an awesome service, and David is a North Melbourne man as well. So you should go and support him, even if you don't work for North Melbourne, because this is an awesome service. I've used this system a number of times, and the reason this is messed up here is because of the plugins I'm using, not because of David. This is basically it's an online booking system for business. So we use it when we go to conferences, so people can book in and come and see me, and we can chat about their sites. Really easy to set up and use. So David's question was, I'm getting some sales from the US and a few other countries, just trying to work out how do I leverage that, how do I get more of that sort of traffic. So the first thing that I would do, and look, David's he's a .net, so he's what we would describe as a top level domain. So the first thing I do is I go into the Google Search Console, and what I want to see is his international targeting. The reason I want to see that is because with a top level domain, you can target it based on the country where your audience is. Now for David, because he's an Australian business, he set it up for Australia. Now that's going to actually make it a little bit difficult to get traffic from the US, but you are getting it, so that's a good thing. That's a really good sign. We'll come back to this international setting in a second. Now I want to show you how you can target some phrases that you may already be ranking for, and that's what I would do first. If you want to get quick traffic from another country, go and have a look and see what phrases you're already ranking for in those countries, and you can do that with the Google Search Console. So I would go into Search Analytics. In fact, I did. Here's one I prepared earlier. So what I've got sorted out here is clicks, impressions, and position. And I've also, but I'll take that one step back. I'll take out position for the moment. We'll just leave impressions, and we'll go to the country. You can see here it says United States. So I'm only looking at clicks and impressions for bookitlive.net from the US. And you can see there, okay, well, we've had 33,000 impressions, but only 247 clicks. So there's huge opportunity there, right? It's just massive. You're looking at this number sitting there and you're only getting that much of it. So where are you ranking for these phrases in the US? Well, obviously your brand, number 1. But look at this one here. It's got 769 impressions, and it says here you rank 9.6. So you can go and check that online booking system. Now I'm on google.com, and I'm using a VPN which has me in Los Angeles. So Google thinks I'm in Los Angeles. So if I go and have a look at online booking system, I can see here that we are indeed about number 10. So we're already on the front page, yet we're saying our audience is in Australia. And what I would do is look for phrases like this, go and have a look at also Google Trends. I would grab that online booking system. You can see there it's in the first phrase in your title, which is possibly one of the reasons why you're here. You've also, this homepage isn't what I would call optimal because we don't have a H1 and we have 2 H2s. So once you've established what phrases you want to target in those countries, then go back to your site and work out, okay, what do we need to do to the site to get those phrases ranked higher? Incidentally, let's just have a look in Australia to see where you rank for that phrase. So we'll turn the VPN off. So we're back in Australia now as far as Google's concerned, and we'll just type in online booking system. And I'm just going to search for Book It Live. And there we are, we're number 3. So that's awesome. You could go to number 1 though for that. You definitely could go to number 1. And because you're already number 10 in the US, it's a delicate thing to actually switch off international targeting or change international targeting. Now it's been set for Australia so long. I reckon I wouldn't do that until you've had a red hot go at ranking higher without doing that for online booking system in the US by doing a lot of on-page stuff. Maybe try to get some local signals from the US as well. If you've got clients over there, is it something they can link to off their site to say, hey, we use this service? If you've got I didn't check to see whether you're doing a blog at all, David, but if you are doing a blog, maybe talk about some customers that are using the product locally or how they're using it, those sorts of things. So you're looking for local signals. Obviously, if you had an office over there, get a Google My Business set up. If you haven't got the office in another country, then obviously you can't do that. But that's one of the quickest ways to get a signal from Google to say, yeah, my audience is in this country. But I would think with a bit of tweaking of that front page, you probably could get as 6 or 7, something like that. Given the competition that you're up against, which is quite heavy. Once you're up at that point, then you might want to consider it's like, okay, what if we switch across to, incidentally, in this case, I wouldn't switch from, say, Australia to the United States because you want traffic from both countries. So in this situation, what I would do first would be to target basically no country, and there is a setting in which you can do that. I can't do it in Davis because you can see here I've got restricted access, so I don't have access to the drop down box here, but you can actually just select no country and nothing will appear here. The reason that I would do that is because if you want to if your audience is global, then why would you target users in a particular country? But because you're already on page 1, have a go at those sorts of phrases first. Have a look in your search analytics and have a look at what other phrases you might already be ranking for in that country, and can you work on those and get those up higher. Hopefully that's helpful, and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.